With all the economic turmoil of the last year, it's really nice to be in a sector where we're actually creating jobs as well. That being said, we certainly still have some challenges. Despite what people think, not all of our electricity actually does come from Niagara Falls. About 50% of our electricity in this province actually comes from our nuclear fleet, which is certainly aging out as well and nearing the end of its life and in need of refurbishment or replacement. The government here in Ontario also made a policy decision to phase out coal, which not that long ago made up about 20% of our supply mix. This is one of the most significant climate change initiatives in North America, and until recently you would have heard me saying that this is the single largest climate change initiative in North America. However, California has now caught up to us. Usually I say those pesky Californians, but in case there's anybody from California in the room, I thought I better not offend anyone, but certainly we're well on our way to having coal completely gone from our supply mix by 2014. We think that we're the first jurisdiction to completely get coal out of our supply mix, moving from that significant proportion of it. And that one move is going to reduce the carbon footprint of the electricity system here by 75%. Now, clearly we had to find something to replace it with, and that's where our push into clean energy comes in. We certainly see that an integrated and diversified supply mix or resources are essential to ensuring both reliability and sustainability, and that means diversity in fuel types. I've already talked about nuclear, but we were also significantly involved in hydro, natural gas, as well as renewables. There are certainly many moving and interconnected parts to the electricity system, and to make progress, we certainly recognize that we have to work on all of them, and that's why we have so many initiatives underway. Conservation, the implementation of a smart grid, a very significant multi-billion-dollar transmission build-out, and of course renewable energy. Lots of jurisdictions are actually doing some of those things, but we're doing all of them, and we're doing all of them at the same time. Now, conservation is always first on our list, and we've got very ambitious targets. Here again, you'll hear me saying that we're leading the charge in North America. We're well on our way to meeting our target, which is 6,300 megawatt reduction in peak demand by 2025. And to put that in a little bit of context, that's roughly the equivalent of taking 1 in 5 households off of our grid altogether, and we're nearly 1/3 of the way there. We're also working very hard to change the mindset of Ontarians and to build a culture of conservation. Yes, electricity costs are on the rise, and we're very, very sensitive to that. And it goes along with replacing aging infrastructure and making it cleaner and greener. And this is a debate that is starting to heat up more and more in Ontario. For those of you who might have seen the Globe and Mail today, for example, there was quite a lengthy article in the first section about the Ontario Power Authority and the role we're playing in electricity prices as well. And I encourage you to have a look at that just to see how timely your conference is. Now, we're giving consumers new tools, and we're helping empower them and help them manage their bills. We've already implemented nearly 3 million smart meters, and soon the entire province will be on time of use rates. We also offer a wide range of conservation programs, programs for residential consumers, but also ones for small, medium, and large-sized businesses, as well as industrial customers. They include electricity retrofits, demand response programs, for example. We've collected over 215,000 old energy guzzling refrigerators, and now we're focusing our attention on phantom power, which is the electricity consumed by certain electronic devices such as laptops or cell phone chargers that are turned off but left plugged in. And you may not know this, but they can actually add up to 15% of total household consumption. Now, much of our conservation savings are achieved through regulatory measures. I thought with this crowd that might be of interest to you to note that our research shows that about 40% of savings actually come from actions or initiatives that are put into code or standard. We're also encouraging consumers to earn revenues by generating renewable energy through our feed-in tariff program. We call it our FIT program and our micro-FIT program, which have really put Ontario on the map. And we're hopeful that while producing electricity, they're going to be more conscious about consuming and using electricity wisely. Our feed-in tariff program is the first and most comprehensive of its kind in North America, and we certainly looked closely at the European experience as we were planning our program. Had a very careful look at Spain, Germany, and Denmark in particular, and came up with a Made in Ontario model. And I'm happy to say that it's been a really resounding success, and that's not a surprise given the design of the program. It covers a wide variety of fuel types and project sizes. We've got solar PV, both on and offshore wind, biogas, landfill gas, and of course hydro. We offer guaranteed prices that cover capital, operating, maintenance, connection, and a good rate of return, roughly 11%, or an 11-year payback on a 20-year contract, or a 40-year contract if it's hydro. Since we launched the program just in October, we've already received over 10,000 applications, representing about 9,800 megawatts of potential renewable energy. A good chunk of that is for our microfit program, the household program, but we've already awarded contracts for almost 4,000 small, medium, and large-size projects, representing about 2,500 megawatts of electricity, which is enough to power about 600,000 homes. Our program has domestic content rules that guarantee market opportunities for those who manufacture in Ontario, and there's been a very good response on that front. Samsung is committed to 4 manufacturing plants. Bosch Solar is also going to be building solar panels here. That's just to name 2 companies, and there are many, many others. Under our program, we do take ownership of environmental attributes. There are probably people in the room who are interested in that particular aspect. The premise here is that the Ontario ratepayer is paying premium prices for renewable energy and therefore should get the benefit. We will obviously adapt to whatever regime comes into existence, whether it's a federal regime, a provincial one, or a regional one, some kind of twinning between the Canada and the U.S. systems. More interesting developments, again, reported in the paper today with regards to the progress of the U.S. bill. We're part of the Western Climate Initiative, and we're certainly looking to see what role our inventory of attributes will play, either in a compliance market or ahead of that in a voluntary market.